Good morning, Facebook world. I just wanted to jump on and share something. So, part of my intentions this year is I have a set of books that I'm wanting to read, and one of them is Brene Brown's, I don't know if you can see it very well, Braving the Wilderness. And actually, I'm in a women's group and we're reading this book together and then having discussions about the chapters. And it's an incredible book, and I suggest everyone go out and get it. It's really, really good. It says, the quest for true belonging and the courage to stand alone. So that kind of gives you an idea of where this book is taking you. But there's this little short blurb in the book that really impacted me, and I wanted to just read it and share it. It says, in 2013, a series of little miracles happened that led to one of the most important moments of my life. Oprah Winfrey invited me to be a guest on one of her favorite shows, Super Soul Sunday. The night before the show, I went out to eat with one of the producers and my manager, Murdoch, a Scotsman who lives in the West Village and who now says y'all as easily as I do. After dinner, as Murdoch and I were walking back to the hotel, he stopped on the corner and called to me as I kept walking. "Where are you, Brene?" When I gave him the smart-ass answer of, on the corner of Michigan and Chicago, I knew I was feeling vulnerable. And as Murdoch proceeded to explain how not present I was at dinner, polite and friendly? Yes. Present? No. I knew right away what was happening. I looked at Murdoch and admitted, I'm doing that thing I do when I'm afraid. I'm floating above my life, watching it, and studying it rather than living it. Murdoch nodded. I know, but you need to find a way to stop and bring yourself back here. This is a big deal. I don't want you to miss it. Don't study this moment. Be in it. The next morning, as I was getting dressed to meet Oprah for the first time, my daughter texted me. She wanted to make sure I had signed and returned a permission slip for her school trip. After assuring her that I had, I sat on the edge of my bed and fought back tears. I need a permission slip to stop being so serious, so afraid. I need permission to have fun today. That got the idea started. After I looked around my room to make sure no one was watching the incredibly ridiculous thing I was about to do, I walked over to my desk in my room, sat down, and wrote myself a permission slip on a Post-it note from my computer bag. It simply said, permission to be excited and goofy and to have fun. It would be the first of hundreds of permission slips I would go on to write for myself. I still write them today, and I teach everyone who will give me 5 minutes of their time the power of this intention-setting method. It totally works. But as with the permission slips you give your kids, they may have permission to go to the zoo, but they still have to get on the bus. Set the intention, follow through. That day, I got on the bus. But here's the thing. How many things in our life do we actually deny ourselves permission to do? Like, there are so many times where I've really consciously made the decision that I wasn't going to do something or participate in something because of a lack of self-worth or feeling like I'm too fat or whatever the case. And I've told myself no before I've even actually maybe even had the opportunity directly in front of me. I've denied myself that chance to have permission to explore something new. And so if you need a permission slip in your life, if you need to be told it's okay for you to achieve a dream or to lose weight or to learn a class that you've really been wanting to learn or study a hobby or Maybe you just, do all day long and you never give yourself time for an hour for yourself. If you just need permission to have that, guess what? Grab a piece of paper and a pen and write yourself out a permission slip. It's amazing what happens and the shift that it creates in front of you. And then keep that in your pocket or keep it in front of you where you can see it. And, in our women's group last night, we talked about this and a lot of other things regarding this chapter, but one of the activities we did is we wrote ourselves a permission slip. And this is my permission slip. It says, I don't know if you can read that. It says, permission to achieve the dreams of your heart. And I wrote it out for today. And you know what? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about my path and my trajectory. I am going where I need to go for myself, and I've given myself permission for it. And I hope if you have things in your life that you want to do and dream and accomplish, that today is the day that you write yourself a permission slip, because you deserve it and you're worthy of it. So go out there and give yourself permission. And once you do, don't forget to get on the bus.